Well, I've just done beam shots on these lights, and I'll do a bit of a tear down. I may do a measurement of the amperage on tail cap on both of them before I tear them down. Looks to me like there's 7 modes. I haven't really played around with the driver a lot yet, and I haven't looked at the instructions or anything like that. So what I find is 7 different modes from moonlight up to high. It doesn't seem like it's sort of odd with about mode memory. I haven't really looked to see if there's mode memory or not, but it doesn't seem to. If I put it on high mode, shut it off, and then turn it right back on, it comes back up on high mode. But if I leave it off for a minute or so and turn it back on, it comes back up on low. So I would think that basically it's no mode memory. After a second or so, it goes back to it starts back to low mode again. So I'll have to read up on that. I can't swear to you that that's the way it is. But 7 modes is what I find. I haven't found any blinking modes or anything yet that might be hidden. Anyways, I'll probably do a tail cap reading here and then start tearing these down. Okay, from what I get from my meter with the tail cap readings, I get 4.4 amps on high with the 18650 version, and I get 2.65 amps on high with the 14500 version. Okay, the 18650 that I'm using is a IMR, EFEST IMR 18650 is the one, the purple ones, 35 amp. This the 14500 I have is only a 700 mA IMR, and it's again an EFEST, so it just may not have the guts to do anything more than the 2.65 amps total. But that's what I'm reading for high mode on both the lights, 2.65 on the 14500 lights, and what did I say, 4.4 on the 18650. Okay, I don't know how much teardown I'm really going to do with these things, at least to show you the components. Tail cap with a clicky switch inside, and it has a ring in there to hold it in. You can turn it out with a pair of needle nose to get that locking ring, that retaining ring out of there to take the whole assembly apart, which I'm not going to bother to do. The body with the O-rings in place. Again, like I say, this whole thing is very excellent workmanship on these. The pill, or the head, basically the lower part of the head, has a copper MC PCB for the LED. That's screwed down. Looks like it has a fairly decent sized wires on it, maybe 20 gauge or 22 gauge wires on it. And of course the driver is held down with another retaining ring in there. This is threaded retaining ring. It looks like the BLF driver is in there. And the reflector is an aluminum reflector, and it threads into the head. I didn't realize that they threaded into the head, so that's kind of interesting. But it threads in, so it's locked in place, that's for sure. And then the stainless bezel with the O-ring in place on it, and the AR coated lens. All right. Then the 14500 light, similar, has the same kind of tail cap assembly with the clicky in place and with the threaded retaining ring in there to hold it in place. Again, the copper body with O-rings in place on the body. The pill, the head, these are integrated shells on both these. So the head has got an integrated shelf in it. And again, this is a copper MCPCB, and it's held down with 2 screws. It looks like a little lighter gauge wire on those. Looks like maybe 22 gauge for sure, maybe even 24 gauge. And again, looks like it has a BLF driver in it. It's held down with a retaining ring, threaded retaining ring. The reflector is not threaded in the bottom of the head, but it may very well. I haven't pressed it to see if it's maybe threaded in the top of the head. I haven't pressed on it real hard to try to get it out, but I'm thinking maybe it might be threaded in the top of the head. Anyways, again, it's an aluminum reflector, well done with the AR coated glass. So that's a basic teardown of them. All the components I see on these lights. I mean, they look like everything was professionally done. You know, they seem to really go out of their way to do a good job on these lights. So I'm fairly impressed with them, and I think they are real good value. From what I've seen of the beam shots, they're the 18650 light is a fairly decent thrower actually for the small size of reflector, and the 14500 is more of a floody light. I do not believe, with what I see of ant draws, that there's any way you could get 1400 lumens out of it. Out of either one, I would doubt 1400 with either one. I would think maybe closer to 1000 with the 18650 light, and possibly, well, I could only guess, but you know, with me only getting 2.65 amps, there's no way it's going to get us to 1400 lumens. Maybe with a different 14500 battery, your amps would go up and you might get that out of it, but I would kind of guesstimate that it's a little bit high. And that's about it. It's just a quick and dirty review. I'm not doing a real extended one on it. They're really great lights. If you can afford the price, I think they're well worth it. And thanks for watching.